Hi everyone, welcome back to dinnerwithjp.com. It's JP, and tonight we're doing my famous omelette. So let's go through the ingredients now, and then we can go through the cooking. Now don't forget, you should have the same ingredient with me. Then if you have a problem, you can pause the video, run to the supermarket and come back. Right, let's start from the beginning. So we've got 5 eggs, large eggs. We've got some cheese. There we go. Grated cheese, which is Edam cheese, about 250 grams. We've got some tomato pesto. We've got some black pepper. We've got some olive oil. We've got some salt. We've got new potatoes, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new potatoes. We've got garlic, just 1. We've got some tomatoes. We've got some mushrooms. Probably like it has a box, a small box, and we've got the asparagus. Okay, and we will be using as well some white wine, just cooking white wine. Okay. Right, let's move this here. Tonight we'll be using sort of large pan, the saucepan, and then another pan to cook the omelette. Okay, right, so let's start. I'm using my lovely knife again. So what we're going to do is cut everything together. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil. As usual, just bottom of the pan, so make sure it's covered. Lovely. Perfect. Then we're going to put the tomatoes in. So we cut the tomatoes as we always do, small pieces. Now this is a very healthy omelette. Apart from the cheese, it's all very good. Now you don't have to put the cheese if you don't want to. I actually won't put some for my other half because I'm not a big fan, so I shall leave it without the cheese. So you cut the tomatoes here, in there. I actually love the cheese. I think it makes it much nicer. Now this is like cooking in Italy. I mean, that's the thing they do with tomatoes and olive oil. There you go. So big chunks in the pan. I hope you enjoyed the previous dinners with me. Hope it's not too tedious to watch me cooking every night. I'm really enjoying myself, so hopefully it will be good to carry on. There we go. And of course there is a competition happening on Thursday when I will pick someone randomly to win a £50 voucher from anybody who was actually subscribe to the website. There will be a £50 voucher for the supermarket to the cooking with JP, dinner with JP every night. So they have a voucher to buy the produce in the supermarket. Okay, so we put the tomatoes. We're going to put the mushrooms in. So this is a very simple recipe. We should be done in about 20 minutes probably. Obviously there's a bit of cooking going on, but if we put those straight away, you'll see it will be very simple. So let's put the mushrooms. There we go. I think I'm coming down with a cold actually. I've been sniffing all day. Not very good. There we go. Now don't forget, you can always pause and start again if I'm going too fast. Now I cut the champignons. French, the mushrooms in sort of big chunks. There we go. I really enjoy cooking that dinner because it's the easiest one and the fast one as well. There we go. Nearly done the mushrooms. That's it. we are now done with the mushroom. So it's all there. So we're gonna put a little bit of salt, the usual, black pepper, as we love it. There you go. I'm going to put the stove on so it can actually warm up, because I like to put everything together in this one. Okay, so we're putting now the asparagus. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's usually what you get in a pack, about 10 to 12 asparagus. This is a little bit green, because it's nice to have a bit of green in the omelette. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit, just because it's going to be cooked in the omelette. So I leave, you see, not much left at the end of this one. So I hope you're following. We put the tomatoes, we put the mushrooms in the pan. I'm going to put the asparagus in, if I can. There we go. And I'm going to put the garlic as well in there. So let's peel the garlic. So I think the stove is getting hot, which is good. However, if you get it too early, actually warm up the kitchen, and it's like a sauna. And I want to be cooking with my swimming trunks on. Would it be strange on YouTube? I'll probably get told off. There we go. Don't forget to give me your comments as well. You can put your comments on the blog, or just send me an email if you want me to change anything, or do some announcement or anything. Just let me know. I'll be very glad to do that. Now, a lot of people are watching every night, I believe, which is good. The paella, the first one, the first week on the Monday the 23rd, was very, very popular. So I'm very pleased with that. I've had people calling me, telling me that it was a great success. So there you go. I'm going to do half a clove. We don't want too garlicky for the omelette. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm losing my voice as well a little bit. Which is not fun, but hey, it's winter. That's what happens in the winter. You get a cold, you get the flu. Right, so I'm going to cut the garlic in small pieces, as we always do. So cut the garlic, there we go. So the stove is fully heated now, so I'm going to put it on. So that is the garlic sorted. So we've put everything. So go back again. So we got the tomatoes, the mushrooms, the asparagus, and the garlic in there. That's lovely. And we've got some olive oil at the bottom. We've got salt and black pepper. So let's put it on the stove. There we go. It's on the stove. So it's going to cook fairly rapidly, actually, because we're just going to put some wine in there. So what we're going to do is take a cup of, there you go. So a full cup of white wine. So again, I'm using cooking white wine. A full cup of it. There you go. So a full cup of white wine. We've been cooking for 9 minutes, so we're doing very well. So a cup of white wine in there, and a cup of hot water in the pan as well. Actually, let's put half a cup to start with, because there's quite a lot already. So let's start with half a cup, and we can always put some more afterwards. So half a cup of water. There we go. So that's going to cook very nicely. As I say, it's going to cook fairly quickly. So now we're going to put the potatoes in. Now for the potatoes, we're going to use the same pan as we're using for the omelette. Okay. So same again. I'm going to put it on the heat. Be careful, don't heat it too much. I'll just put it on half at the moment. So we're cutting the potatoes in small pieces like that. Now, I haven't washed them, but I will wash them afterwards because we don't want it to be too starchy. So I don't peel them as usual. I think it's much nicer with the skin. If you are Spanish people, they never take the skin off either. If you actually get a paella from a Spanish dish from like a buffet style dish in Spain, you don't peel the potatoes, they're all with the skin. I think it makes it nicer. So we cut in small slices like that, and they're going all over the place. Doing well. So don't forget that's the filling for the omelette. So we're doing obviously the omelette. Be careful not to cut yourself. I nearly cut myself just now. So be careful with your fingers when you do this. I don't want comments that people actually cut their fingers off and it's my fault. There we go. So put the potatoes in. Bowl. And then I'm just going to wash them. So you give them a good wash. Okay, so I'll give them a good wash. Okay, so they're now cut and been washed as well. So I'll put them in the pan. So let's put them in the pan. As they are, don't worry too much about the... So try to put them right at the bottom of the pan, like this. Okay, so we have to wait until they actually heat properly. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to beat the eggs for the omelette. So I'm going to reuse the bowl I just used for the tomatoes. I've got my cloth here. So try to use the same dishes all the time as well. I don't know if you realize over the week, it's just because I don't like to use too many dishes, because then you have to wash them. And I think it's nicer to do so like that. So we break the eggs in a bowl. So I'm putting 5 eggs for 2 people. 6 is a bit too much. I know it's only an egg, but it makes a difference actually. So 5 eggs. Right, so let's put some black pepper. A tiny little bit of salt, really a tiny, because eggs are quite salty already. Just a little bit, okay. Oh, I can see my boiling, which is perfect. Oh, that looks lovely. So let's cook it full heat. We have to cook fairly quickly, so we put it full heat. And I can see the potatoes are whistling as well, which is really good. Now we leave them like that for the time being, and when all the water is gone, we're going to put a bit of olive oil in them. Right, so let's beat the eggs now. So I turn the bowl at the same time on the anti-clockwise, just to do the omelette so it becomes perfect. Lovely. That is beautiful. Okay, now this is the trick. I'm going to put just a little bit of the tomato and sun-dried tomato paste in the eggs. So you see, it's not even a full spoon in the egg. There we go. And make sure it's beat properly so it goes everywhere. It's turning red now. There's something I could have put, but it's quite expensive, so I didn't put it on. You can actually buy a small bottle. I've got one here. I'm going to show you. It's trefoil. I've got one here. There you go. So it's truffle oil. a small bottle. Now, I'm not going to put some in because you don't have any, but it's actually lovely. So, we've been cooking now for 15 minutes. So, it's cooking now. The potatoes are, oh, it's dry now. You see they're starting to come to the end. So, when it's like that, what we're going to do, we're going to put some olive oil in the potatoes, like that. So just a little bit, so they can bring themselves into the oil. Okay, and we'll let it cook for 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So it's now, we've been cooking for 15 minutes, 16 minutes. So if you put 10 minutes on your watch, let everything cook for 10 minutes and we come back in there. So press pause and see you in 10. Right, it's been about 12 minutes now. So your potatoes should be nice and dark, like this one here. So nicely cooked. This is perfect color for potatoes. We're going to try one. So one put on the side. Oh my god, it's hot. Careful not to burn you. There we go. We need the spoon. I'm now waiting a minute. So now we've cooked the potatoes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in a bowl. Just a normal bowl, okay? And I'm going to cover them so they stay warm. So make sure you clear the pan properly, because we're going to use the same pan with the oil in there already for the omelette. So the pan, as you can see, is ready to go. Okay, so the vegetables are ready as well. So I'm just going to cover my potatoes so they don't get cold. There we go. So vegetables are as well ready. You see, they're nicely cooked. Now you don't want to overcook the mushrooms because they get very black and not very nice at that point. Now there's too much juice in there now, as you can see. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the calendar and we're going to take the juice off. Now don't forget, if you don't have a calendar, you can always do with a cover for the pan. It does exactly the same job. So there we go. So let's put the vegetable back in the pan. Now if you do want to keep the juice, you can. It's actually quite nice for a nice soup for the lunchtime. There you go. So wash the calendar. We'll have to wash it later. So now we have the vegetable, which are going to be very well, they're cooked, but they keep them warm in the pan. And in a minute, we will actually, I just put some all over the place, which should be lovely. Now we're going to cook the omelette. By the time we cook the omelette, those should be ready. So I'm going to take them off the fire. It's absolutely lovely. So all fresh tomatoes, asparagus, mushrooms, garlic. I didn't use any onion today. Now what we're going to do before I put them away, I'm going to take another half a spoon of the tomato pesto. There you go, half a spoon, which I'm going to put in there. We don't want too much of it because now it's a lovely stuff, tomato pesto, but it is quite strong. So there we go, lovely, look at that. Just half a spoon is more than enough for what we do here. Okay, now we're going to cook the omelette. So make sure your pan is very hot. So you got some oil already at the bottom, I'm sure you can see. So we're going to cook the omelette. Very easy, very complicated. You just pour it in the pan, like so. And then you sort of push it around a bit. Like that. Okay, and you let it sit. Now at that point you turn the heat down. Make sure you do turn the heat down now, because if it's too hot it will actually burn, and there's nothing very nice about burnt omelette. So now we're going to let it cook slowly. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the potatoes to the vegetables, like so. Which one? Lovely. So mix all together. Now, if you do this recipe again, it has been known, if you want a bit of meat inside, I didn't put any meat because it's so be nice to have a vegetarian dish for once. We've been cooking for now, well, about half an hour. If you want to put some meat, put a bit of chorizo. You know, you can actually buy those cut cubes called chorizo in the supermarket. Just put some, just at the end when you actually take the juice off vegetable, just put a chorizo there, cook it for a few minutes. It's lovely as well. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So our omelette is getting ready. Look at that. So I'm going to let it cook a bit longer. So when it's now, a lot of people like the omelette to be quite runny. I don't like it very much myself, so I'm just going to make sure all the juice goes on the side so it can be cooked as well. There we go, that looks absolutely fine. So let it cook for a few minutes. Okay, so in the meantime I'm just going to remind you about Dinner with JP. We've got a blog which has been very successful. People have been watching every night and cooking with me, which is great. I've got some great comments on email. If you'd like to have the weekly shopping list together, so all the articles together so you can just buy whatever you want for each day of the week, you just email me and I'll send it to you. We've got our Twitter, which people are actually following us. Apparently Jamie Oliver has been following us. I haven't checked myself yesterday, but that's what I've heard. Then we've got obviously the YouTube video where all the videos are actually online, so you can actually watch them anytime you want and look at the blog as well for the recipe. Okay, so I think we are nearly ready now. The omelette looks absolutely wonderful. So I'm just going to take one plate. So it's for two. So you take your knife and then very simply you cut the omelette in half like that. Okay, cut in half. Yeah, lovely. And what we're going to do, we're just going to turn it on in the pan. I'm just going to do it, make sure you see it on camera. Oh, see, there we go. Like that, in half. So do the same now. Sometimes it does get a bit attached to the pan, but don't worry too much because it's an omelette. So we're going to put the vegetables on the top anyway, so you won't actually see the omelette itself. So make sure it's not attached anymore. I'm just going to take my spatula. There we go, so that's better. So you take the omelette and put it in the plate. There we go, like that. And you take your vegetables and put it on the side of the omelette. You cover the pointy corner of the triangle. There you go. If you've got a bit of greenery like parsley left at home or something like that, don't hesitate to put it on top. There you go. So it's omelette with potatoes, asparagus, garlic and mushroom and tomatoes. So that is it for our omelette today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you tomorrow. Don't forget to look at the blog, and I'll repeat again Thursday. I will pick a name for the competition, and it will be on the blog with the name of the winner who actually will win £50 worth of voucher to the supermarket for the next week shopping list. Okay, have a lovely evening, hope you enjoy your omelette, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.